everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Trishy, and for today's class we will be doing heart openers to celebrate the rejuvenation of springtime. So come and take a comfortable seat, cross-legged, up on a block, or kneeling. Place your palms on your knees and feel free to close your eyes. Ground down through your sit bones as you lift up tall through the spine, bringing your shoulders onto the back body. Take a moment here and just climb to the mat and your practice, letting go of any kind of distractions, any kind of things that are on your mind, any to-do lists. And go ahead and set an intention for yourself for this new coming season of rebirth and rejuvenation of spring. It could be anything from a goal, something that you always wanted to do, something that you always wanted to achieve, or it could be something like serving others more, being more kind, compassionate, loving. Whatever it is, let it ring true inside your own heart. Bring your palms together in prayer position, and let's take a cleansing breath together. Inhaling through the nose, and then exhaling through the mouth. So the first pose that we're going to get to is reversed prayer pose. So I'm going to show it to you just sitting backwards. The first stage is you can clasp onto opposite elbows, or bring your hands in prayer positions, fingertips pointing down, or fingertips pointing up towards the head. So I'm going to be taking the fingertips pointing down, and you can feel free to sit up on a block if that feels more comfortable. So lift up tall through the spine, whichever variation you're going to take. Bring your shoulders onto the back body, and keep your chin about parallel to the ground. You can be cross-legged, kneeling, even on a bench or a stool, whichever feels most comfortable to you. If you're new to the practice of Yin Yoga, we hold passive poses for minutes at a time. Finding our edges, which is if you have an intensity scale of 1 being you feel no sensation and 10 being you feel pain, we try to stay around a 4 or 5 because we hold poses for minutes. One sign of a pose going too far is, of course, pain, but also it can show in fidgeting or flexion anywhere else in the body. So you want to try to relax all your muscles in Yin Yoga. And release the clasp of the hands or the prayer position behind the back. If you're sitting up on a block, go ahead and move it off to the side. And bring your feet flat on the floor, knees in front of you. So next pose will be seated swan. So cross your right foot over top of your left knee, on top of the thigh. And if you have your left foot closer into you, you'll have more intensity. And if your foot's further away from you, it will be less intensity. Either way, keep that right foot firmly flexed to protect your knee. Lift up tall through your spine, bring your shoulder blades onto the back body, and pretend that there's kind of a string pulling your heart up to the ceiling or the sky. You want to pretend like there's a little pencil that you're holding with your shoulder blades in the back body. Keep a slight bend in your elbows so you're not hyperextending your elbows. And feel free to close your eyes. And uncross your legs. Feel free to just roll your elbows and your wrists to release any kind of tension that might have built up there. And we'll go to the opposite side. So get your hands comfortable on the floor and then cross your left foot over the top of your right knee. And again, how close your right foot is to your hips determines the amount of intensity. Stay firmly flexed through your left foot and lift up as tall as you can through your upper spine and the chest and the heart. slowly bring your left foot back down to the earth and bring the soles of your feet together as you just circle your wrists around, letting go of any kind of tension from holding the pose. So from here, stand up and bring your feet to the edges of the mat, parallel to the long edges of the mat. Bend your knees and bring your elbows to the top of your knees on top of the thigh. Bring your shoulders onto the back body. Just imagine squeezing that pencil again and let your head dangle down. So this pose is called dangling in Yin Yoga. And we're going to be working into the shoulder blades more with this pose. Just try as much to get comfortable as you can in this kind of challenging pose to hold. Let your tummy hang loose. And feel free to close your eyes. If you would like to progress in this pose, you can stay right where you are, but if you would like to interlace your fingers behind the lower back and bring them up over your head. Keep a slight bend in your elbows so you're not hyperextending, and let your head hang heavy. We won't be here for too much longer, don't worry. And release. Place your palms on the mat and come back down to your knees. The next pose that we'll be doing is melting heart. So I'm going to be using some blocks, but if you find that it's too much intensity in your shoulders, simply leave the blocks out. At first, I'm going to start without the blocks as well. So bring your hips over top of your knees, lower your forehead down to the mat, and walk your palms out in front of you, arms straight. If you would like to not use the blocks, but progress further as well, just bring your palms together in prayer position behind your neck. So I'm going to be taking the blocks right here. I'll be placing my elbows down on the blocks, hands in prayer position behind the neck. Keep your hips over top of your knees and let your belly hang heavy. If you have any lower back sensitivity, letting your belly hang heavy, simply curl your tailbone under and engage your lower belly a little bit, lifting up. Otherwise, just relax everything down and enjoy this nice opening into the shoulder blades. If your hands were behind your head, go ahead and bring them forward. Come back up. Take your time. You can feel pretty stiff after this one. If you're using your blocks, just move them off to the side slowly. And then come and lie down on your belly for Sphinx Pose. Place your elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms and palms flat on the ground. And if you would like less intensity, walk your palms out in front of you further. You don't want to have any kind of pain in the lower back. Push your shoulder blades onto the back body just as we have done in previous poses. Bring your feet down on the ground. Feel free to close your eyes. Stay in Sphinx. Or if you would like to progress further, we're going to take Seal. So just straighten through your arms. And if you want less intensity, you can walk your palms further away from you. If you want more, walk them closer in. Either way, find your edge, bringing your shoulders onto the back body and letting gravity guide you. If you were in Seal, begin to lower your forearms back down to the mat, and then place one palm on top of the opposite one, bringing your forehead down to your hands. Bend through your knees so your feet are facing the ceiling, and just simply windshield wiper motion your legs from side to side. And then you can place your feet back down on the mat and just wiggle your hips from side to side. This will release any kind of tension that may have built up in the lower back. Place your palms on the mat and then lift back up. Grab your blocks and place one block parallel to the long edge of the mat on the second level, and one block parallel to the short edge of the mat on the second level as well. If this is too intense, you can always place it on the first level, that's fine. Come and sit on your behind and lean back, placing the first block right in between the shoulder blades, and then lowering your head down to the second block. This is supported fish. It's one of my favorite yin poses ever. You can either bring the soles of your feet together into a butterfly shape, and you can let your palms face the sky as you relax your shoulder blades down. Take a moment and get as comfortable as you can. Feel free to close your eyes, relaxing your entire body. As you lay here, bring your mind to that intention you set at the beginning of class. Let it fill your heart. Let your heart drive you. Slowly begin to roll to the side, supporting yourself, rolling off to the blocks. Just set the blocks to the side. And the last pose that we're going to take before taking Shavasana is a reclined twist. So lower back down, bring your feet to the mat, knees bent, arms into a cactus shape, and then shift your hips an inch or so over to the right, dropping both knees over to the left. Slowly begin to lift both knees back up center, and then shift your hips all the way over to the left, about an inch or two from your midline, before dropping both knees over to the right. Keep your left shoulder blade grounding down. If it's not grounding down, then you might have to place a block underneath your knees. Slowly lift both knees back up, recenter your hips, and we'll just come into Shavasana. So extend your legs out in front of you, relaxing them completely. Bring your shoulders onto the back body. Let your palms face up towards the sky, ready to receive renewal and rejuvenation. Take these last couple minutes for yourself, for your heart, and for your intentions. Begin to wake up, wiggling your fingers and toes, taking a big stretch, turning your head from side to side, and then reaching your arms overhead. Slowly turn to one side, help yourself up to a comfortable seat. Place your palms on top of your knees and feel free to close your eyes. Place your palms, one palm on top of the other, on top of your heart space. Then gently lower your chin so your face is coming into contact with your heart space. How are you going to spread more love and joy into the world? How are you going to spread more love and joy into yourself? Bring your palms together in prayer position in your heart space. Let's take a cleansing breath together, inhaling deeply through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. Thank you so much for practicing today with me, yogis. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I put out new classes full length every single Friday. Have a great day.